Alright, welcome back. Here we are again.
Let me get my mic.
Get your mic together. Another episode.
Yes, so it's
Beats Balance.
Episode 4.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're not going to keep numbering these episodes, but we just, maybe episode 10, then we'll stop doing it. But this is episode 4. We were a little busy, so we know we were kind of...
I know you missed us. I know y'all missed us.
Yes.
But here we are. Back and better than ever.
Yeah, if you're watching, you see I got my glasses on today.
Why? I thought why?
My sign is acting up.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah, my eyes kind of...
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
So, hey babe.
What's up? What's up?
What is going on?
Holidays. Thanksgiving.
Yes, this is Black Friday.
It is
today.
Black Friday, yeah.
Yes. So we celebrated Thanksgiving on yesterday. And it was a little different for us.
Yes, it was. Tell the people why it was different.
So I decided last year.
Who decided?
I decided.
You know, you love trying to take care of yourself.
But hey, whatever I do, he's going to roll with it. So that's the beauty of the relationship. But last year, after Thanksgiving, I decided that we were going to become pescatarians. And for those of you that don't know what pescatarian is, it is basically we only eat fish. So yesterday was a little bit different.
Yeah.
I felt lighter.
Felt lighter?
I felt lighter. I don't know about you. But we were like, what we gonna now this I was tempted y'all to eat some turkey. Oh.
Yeah, I'm glad. I was telling somebody I'm glad they didn't have fried turkey, because if they had some fried turkey, I might have been
we probably would have
nibbling
off the
on
wagon.
that. Yeah.
You right.
That fried turkey.
You right. And we got a turkey fryer, but we used it for fish. So I ate. Okay.
What you eat?
So Uncle Kenny, Walter's uncle, he usually makes the dressing, and he did not put turkey in the dressing, which is great because we were able to eat it. So I did eat dressing with cranberry sauce, which kind of gave me my fix. Greens that I made, which was
they were good. Yeah, they were good.
I ate sweet potatoes, rolls, macaroni and cheese, peas, and 2 deviled eggs to kind of give me my meat because we do eat eggs. Even though, you know. So, I know I finished my plate early. When I'm usually the last one to finish.
Yeah. I don't know if I finished early, but I didn't, I actually went back for seconds. Because I needed to get, I wasn't as full. And I grabbed some of that spaghetti. And I didn't realize it had some meat in it.
Did you eat it?
I did. I got ready to, I'm like, I got meat in it. So I couldn't eat it.
I'm going to make you some spaghetti, babe, with the meatless meat.
Oh, okay.
Get you your fix.
That's what's up.
But it was different. I was a little worried about how we would feel on Thanksgiving being just the first
But we've gone a whole year. So
yes.
It's like, it ain't no big deal. Wasn't no big deal.
And then, somebody brought a big old box of fried chicken.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
But I really, fried chicken don't really get me like.
A good chicken wing will tempt me.
See what I'm saying? But if you saying that's different, I was going to say, fried chicken is different from a chicken wing. So, wings, if somebody got a 10-piece, the lemon pepper with seasoned fries and all of that, then, it's kind of more tempting than somebody just got some fried chicken. I can kind of fight that off. But
well, we made it through, y'all.
Yeah, we
made it through. We still on fish.
Fish, seafood, things like that.
Yes, and we actually had a dinner at the house with the family, invited the family over.
Yeah, we had a nice little fish fry.
And we had like a fish fry. I made salmon, I made cod, topped with onion flakes. We made fried fish and fried shrimp.
Yeah, you made some shrimp.
And then I made a seafood. I made the shrimp rotel.
Shrimp rotel, yeah, that was pretty good.
And then I made a seafood dressing. Which was different. It was my first time making dressing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it turned out good. I did pretty good. So we did that to kind of kick off the holidays earlier in November. So it was nice.
It was nice. And of course, it's always good to just be around family, get around family.
Yes.
Celebrate with family.
Cousins.
Yeah, kids run around and play all day. And then, of course, after Thanksgiving, it's Black Friday shopping. So.
And I actually went Black Friday shopping.
Yeah, I was about to tell him you did because the 100 kids that were there were put into my care, and I had to manage them last night. So that was an experience.
He always does good with the kids, y'all. Don't let him fool you. He know how to handle them girls. Because it's a bunch of girls.
Yeah, a bunch of girls. And you know how girls, they
dramatic, crying, fighting,
fussing, fighting.
Being loving on each other.
She did this, she did that. She looked at me this way. Come on, sit down. Sit down somewhere. Sit down.
Right, he just let them tear the house up and then I come home
and what?
Straighten back up.
Oh, okay. Believe that you want.
So, being it is Black Friday, of course, now it's time for me to decorate.
Why do they call it Black Friday? I want to look into that. Why?
No, it's the reason why they call it Black Friday. Because usually companies put things on sale to try to get their numbers in the black.
Okay.
Right. So it's about the sale.
Anytime you hear black,
I'm just saying. That's the reason. Trying to get back in the black, get out the red, get into the black.
I got it.
Before the end of the year. Okay. So now that Thanksgiving has passed, now it's time for me to decorate. So the next time y'all see the episode, this is gonna be Christmas. This is gonna be Christmas. Got the Christmas decorations right over there. Y'all can't see it, but we are ready to put them up. And I've been slowly but surely getting the decorations up at the salon because I got to make that fabulous for the clients.
So did you do a Thanksgiving or was it just kind of fall?
No, I did. Well, no, I did fall. Fall was Thanksgiving. Right. So I did the fall, and I did that early. And so now I'm taking down. I took out down the fall stuff, and now I'm putting out the day, like today when I went up there to collect that. I put out some decorations, and I'm just slowly but surely getting it ready. So I'm excited about that. Love the decorations.
You're still in the holiday spirit?
Yes, I love the holiday spirit. I had some eggnog, it's now gone. So yeah,
all my eggnog.
You know what? I bought 2 eggnogs, and I took a little cup out of one of them. When I came home, it was gone. He tried to blame Moni. Knowing his greedy self drank it all up. So I had the last little swallow of eggnog. So I'm going to have to get some more when I go to the store. Yeah. We kill some eggnog during the holiday season. So, excited about that. Can't wait to get into the holiday spirit. Well, I'm already in the holiday spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see you started doing some shopping.
Yes. We got some shopping done. So for the kids, and I got my pots and pans.
Let me ask you this: a lot of people do online shopping. Are you like to go out and kind of be in the store in the mix, or do you prefer?
When I know what I want, I prefer to get it online. Like I found the pots and pans online, before we left the house.
But I mean, get it delivered to the house versus going to the store to get it.
Well, no matter to me, as long as we get the sale. But what I liked about going to a Walmart and Target and stuff like that yesterday is because you might not know what they got on sale. When you see it, it's like, oh, I gotta get that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a lot of that yesterday. Cannot leave without that.
Right, and that's why they do it. Yeah, they put all the mess out there.
Put it all in the middle of the house.
And you walk down and your impulse.
I bought some real cool. I don't know. Did you see all of it?
Well, I saw most. I had to bring it in. I saw most of it.
You didn't see it all.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I know. I had to make a pit stop to drop some of it out.
Yeah, I had to drop some out. But that's okay, the kids.
That's all about it.
So, yeah, so that's that. And then we got to do a little bit more shopping because, we got to count our coins.
Yeah.
All year. One thing that me and Walter do, we save coins all year. Like right after Christmas, we start saving change. And then what we do around this time of the year, we see how much we saved all year, and that's how much we spend on the kids. It kind of helps us stay within a budget.
Yeah, stay within our means.
Because we don't want to go crazy. And if y'all got kids like our kids, they play with something one day and be done with it.
I think that's all kids.
Oh my God.
Play with it
like really.
For a minute, then it's gone. It's a pile of toys.
That works my nerves.
Well.
Like we spend all this money on one little toy and they like, okay, I'm over it.
So next time you out buying all those toys, think about it working your nerves. And don't buy so many toys. That's how that.
Meaning don't spend no money.
That's the solution to that. That makes sense.
So, okay, moving on. Right, moving on. So, one thing I want to talk about is the book of the year. I'm going to hold it up for y'all. Bam, y'all already know what it is. And if y'all listening, it's Becoming. Becoming by the Michelle Obama, our First Lady. That will be our First Lady forever. The amazing, beautiful, and I love this shoulder she be giving. You know, like me, I give a little shoulder too every now and then. Then she stay giving that shoulder. I love it.
Was she giving shoulder when she was in the White House?
Yeah, she gave a little shoulder when she was in the White House, baby. She gonna give that shoulder. Give it. Love it. So, love this book, you guys. Everybody needs to get it. I'm sure everybody has because it was sold out at Costco. It was $17.99 at Costco. But, Walter, you found it for me. I appreciate it.
Yep.
So, y'all, you know I love this book. And I suggest everybody go get the book. Because what she talks about is, you know, her upbringing. Because everybody talks about her husband, Obama. Barack. Which is, you know, he was the president. And he is the coolest man alive. We know that. But we can really now see who Michelle is. And I'm enjoying it. And I can relate to so many things that she talks about in the book. And I'm just going to point out a couple of things. So one of the things she talks about is the white flight. In her neighborhood, she had the white flight. Which, when I was growing up in my neighborhood in Hickory Hill, we had that same thing. Oh, yeah. We had the white flight.
Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know, Hickory Hill used to be considered
really
Germantown.
Middle class. Yeah, it was a middle class neighborhood. It was really nice. And when we moved in, we had all kind of people living with us. And then all of a sudden, everybody started leaving. And so I was like, okay. But that's one of the things she talks about in the book. And then she also talks about how her and Barack were so different. Like, she was so, she was so structured. She lived with her family and extended family. They were all close-knit. They sat down and had dinner together. Her mom stayed at home. They were really focused on their education. It was just very structured. And then she talks about how Barack was really kind of like a free spirit. His mom was like would travel, and he rarely saw his mom. He was rarely saw his grandparents. And how they were just so different. And that was kind of funny to me because I would think that Barack was more structured, but he was more of a free spirit. And I feel like that was the balance in his life was Michelle. She gave him a lot of the structure. Yeah.
That's how it happened.
But one thing she talks about is how Barack will always be like, I'm on my way. Like, he'll be at these, conventions or meetings or whatever, the political things. And he'll say, I'm on my way. And he wouldn't be on his way. It'd be like an hour later or 2 hours later, and she got the girls at home. They're waiting on him. And I love how she talks about how at one point she was like, you know what, Barack, you gotta keep up with us. Like, we're here. And we have kids, and they got to get in the bed, and, we're going to have dinner together, and you have to make time to get to us. We're not going to keep up with you. You have to keep up with us. Because I know sometimes I fuss with Walter about that because he's at the studio. Right. And I'm like, well, baby, we here. And we're here having family time, and so you got to keep up with us. So that was one thing that I could relate to her. Another thing I could relate, and it's several things, I mean. She talks about the marriage and all of that. And so, and the careers and the change. And one thing she talked about, too, that was interesting, was that she talked about how when she finally got out of the White House and she went into her own, they had their own home, and it was a private home without the security and everything. And how one day she was there by herself, and she could finally, like, walk outside and out her door without security and just enjoy the scenery. And that's real talk. Like, people talk about Michelle want to run for president, but I understand that's kind of almost like a prison.
Yeah, being in that spotlight and being
right, and you have to be protected at all times, and it's just real. It's just a great book. So I can't wait to finish it, and like I said, I encourage everybody to get it. If you're a guy listening, get it for your significant other, and then the guys can read it too, of course.
Read it too.
But I think I bought I didn't buy, you bought it, but I wanted the actual book because I wanted to be here and I want my girls to see it. I want them to see this particular book in the house. I want them to see the First Lady, because again, she's always going to be the First Lady, on the cover. And I sit on my nightstand. I want the girls to see that image. So, what do you think, babe? I didn't think I was going to get it, y'all, but he found it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what he do. Yeah, he got some points for that one. Because I really wanted my book. But what you got, babe? So that was my beauty. So what you got?
Okay. Well, it's a lot of new music out. A lot of new movies. I know we talked the other day. We want to see Creed 2.
Yeah.
We got to see Creed 1.
We got to see Creed 1. No, first of all, you got to wait on me to watch it with you, because he'll watch a movie without me, y'all.
Says the person who just watched Superfly the other day.
No.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Okay.
I watched Superfly when I was in Colorado.
Was I there?
But I'm saying she turned it on. I couldn't say no.
But right. But you just said the person who watches a movie without me, and then
yeah,
that's what you did.
I couldn't even watch Superfly with them, y'all, because what movie was he in that the girls love? This is some Disney movie. It was some Disney movie.
With Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah.
Where they were singing. What's the name of that movie?
I can't think. Okay. But still, y'all, we always saw him as a little kid, and so to see him in Superfly, I was like, no, I can't see this. No, it was too much. But anyway.
I was finna look it up. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, we ain't gonna look it up. But hopefully we'll watch it together.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to see Creed 2 coming up here soon, but we got to see Creed 1 first. But I want to talk about movie soundtrack. Now, it's been some really great movie soundtrack. We had Black Panther, and that was just an amazing soundtrack. And I think, even though it was great, there was some great music, great songs. I think just the whole idea around Black Panther, the aura and everything encompassing Black Panther made that soundtrack even bigger and better than what it was. And so I'm glad to see a lot of movies, they're really kind of bringing in that hip hop element and really using it, to sell these movies, because like we said, that's all that people listen to, no matter what race you are. They're listening to hip hop music, so it's great to see that at the forefront.
Can I point out a movie that's kind of interesting that uses hip hop? The Grinch.
Really?
Yeah, I took the kids to see The Grinch. And it's real. It got a lot of hip hop in there, y'all. But it's a good movie.
Yeah. So I mean, that's I didn't even know that. Yeah. So that's kind of
you gotta catch it at the end. Yeah. But can I point out the classic, one of my favorite soundtracks? You already know what it is. What's my favorite movie with the same favorite soundtrack? Get it right.
Forrest Gump.
Boy, what is it?
Love Jones.
That's right. That's right. Love Jones.
I just watched that movie.
Oh my God.
Like a year ago, last year or something like that?
No, was it earlier this year?
Maybe so, earlier this year.
Yeah, Love Jones is
I've seen bits and pieces through
He even used Love Jones in a song.
Yeah, we did. We used it
And Love Jones is my all-time favorite, and he just watched it with me.
But I feel like I had seen it, because, I just, over the years, you see people talking about it, all this stuff, so I felt like I had seen it. But it was good to finally see it and piece all of the things I heard together. So it was a cool movie.
I love Jones. Okay, but I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby.
Back to Creed, the Creed 2 soundtrack is real dope. It's got it was done by Mike Will Made It, and so he's been hot for a few years producing and everything. And just some of the artists that are on there, you got Schoolboy Q, 2 Chainz. You already know that's my guy. That's my guy. 2 Chainz. You got Kendrick Lamar, of course. Pharrell, Lil Wayne, Nas, Nicki Minaj, Vince Staples, A$AP Rocky, Rick Ross, Gucci, YG, Quavo, Memphis' own Juicy J, and cast member, I guess her name is Tessa Thompson. She even appears on the song, so that ought to be cool. But I was listening to it the other day, and I listened to it again today. I had to go try to work off some of that Thanksgiving food, so it's really a great workout soundtrack or really great workout music because it's it's real energizing, and then the things they're saying, they talk, of course, talking about the boxing and competing and just being strong and whatever. So it's got some good energy to it. So I would encourage anybody, if you're looking for something new to work out to or just put you in a energetic mode or whatever, it's a real cool soundtrack. So definitely check that out. I'm really excited about seeing that movie because again, I'm a Rocky fan. I grew up on the original Rocky movies. When Apollo Creed. When Apollo Creed died, man, they took something out of us as youngsters. You don't even understand. When Ivan Drago beat Apollo Creed in the exhibition, it's supposed to be an exhibition.
Oh yeah.
And he took him out, and that was rough. So I can only imagine it's good to see Creed's son doing his thing, and then in this movie he's actually fighting Ivan Drago's son. So that's gonna be real cool.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
People are talking about this movie.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm like, we gotta
and
watch
of course,
the first one.
right. But again, I think Michael B. Jordan is he's just on a ascension right now, as he has been but after Black Panther, he's really just really moving his way up, and I think this movie is going to be an excellent movie. Can't wait to see it. Check that soundtrack out, Creed 2, Mike Will made it. That sounds like a promo.
Right. And I'm just going to watch it because Michael B. Jordan in it. Okay. I'm just saying.
Whatever.
Ladies know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Ladies know. They know. You?
Okay. But yeah, we're gonna go check that out pretty soon over the holidays. So looking forward to that.
I'm excited about date night.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen for you.
So what's the next thing?
Next thing. So you had your book today.
Yes.
Becoming by Michelle Obama. I have my book.
What is your book?
My book is called The Way of the Superior Man.
Woo!
Can you see that? The Way of the Superior Man.
Clear on it. They need to see it.
Oh, they need to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, can I give the backstory of the book?
Sure.
Okay. So, we are podcast listeners. And I listen to Charlamagne the God. Shout out to Charlamagne the God. He is awesome. Love him. I listen to Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah, it's a cool little podcast.
I love that podcast. I don't know because I'm a tomboy. I like listening to two guys talk trash, and it's just be hilarious to me. But one thing that Charlamagne the God talked about was this particular book. It said it changed his life.
It did.
Yeah.
Wow. I can believe it.
He said once he read this book, and so I said, I gotta get this book because I want to read it too.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that this book was an amazing book, so I bought it immediately because we're all about great books and we read a lot. So I wanted to get it for Walter, and I was like, I'm waiting on him to let me read it because every time I open and just read a page, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Every time I.
But tell us about the book.
Okay, so again, it's The Way of the Superior Man. It says it's a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. Mm-hmm. And so, like she said, every time I'm reading it, I read a passage, read something, and I send her a text about it, like, this is what they said, or this book is, amazing, or it's on point, or it's just so many points, and I'm about halfway done with it, but. It's just a really good book. I got a couple passages that kind of stuck out to me.
Which one?
It's
Are
plenty
you
of.
Talk about?
I'm gonna read them real quick.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? People get a little idea of what's in here. But it's a great book. I referred it to a couple of my guys, so that are married and with kids and all of that. And so I think it would be. I was telling them I wish I'd have read this book 10 to 15 years ago.
Really?
Because it really It really just puts things in perspective. It puts relationships in perspective. It puts women in a perspective. It really kind of breaks down the woman and the woman's psyche in this book, and how left field they can be sometimes in our minds as men. But in reality, it's a way that we should be dealing with it and handling those things. So this book really gets into that. I'm gonna read a little piece here.
Okay.
So it says, in any given moment, a man's growth is optimized if he leans just beyond his edge, his capacity, his fear. He should not be too lazy, happily stagnating in the zone of security and comfort, nor should he push far beyond his edge, stressing himself unnecessarily, unable to metabolize his experience. He should lean just slightly beyond the edge of fear and discomfort, constantly, in everything he does. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's like, as a man, a lot of times we can be complacent or comfortable, but it says at all times you should be leaning just beyond your edge. So that means that's out of your comfort zone. That's meaning going into new territory, doing new things, and just progressing and moving forward. So that was one thing that stuck out.
But without stressing yourself out.
Right, definitely without stressing yourself out. And one of the other ones, I probably won't read this whole, but it says, a man gets resentful and frustrated with his woman when he is too afraid, weak, or unskilled to penetrate her moods and test into love. Come on. He wishes she were easier to deal with, but it is not entirely her fault that she is bitchy and complaining. It is also a reflection of her lack of being penetrated by love. When a man resigns and simply tolerates his woman's self-destructive moods, it is a sign of his weakness. Yeah, man. His attitude has become one of wanting to escape women and the world, rather than wanting to serve women and the world into love. A man shouldn't tolerate bitchy and complaining moodiness in his woman, but he should serve her and love her with every ounce of his skill and perseverance. Then, if she cannot or will not open in love, he might decide to end his relationship with her, harboring no anger or resentment, because he knows he has done everything he could. So, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty profound.
And that's just one.
That's just one. And it's like, that's just the preface to one of the chapters. So it really, in each page, each chapter just talks about different things about how it's on us to penetrate her with love, and not in a sexual way, but in a sexual way also. But not just in a sexual way, but being able to get into their mind and the way women are thinking and operating, and what we can do as men to better that situation. And rather than getting upset or complaining or leaving, let's figure out, what's causing her to be that way. What can we do to help that situation? What can we do to make the whole environment better? So it's some really good stuff in this book. I encourage every guy to read it. Women, if you think your guy would benefit from reading this, get it, send it to him, let him read it.
Yeah, get it as a gift. That's a good Christmas gift.
Yeah, and the only reason I haven't finished it because I'm an audio book person, so I listen to audio books all day. I don't really take the time to sit down and read, but when I do have a few minutes, I try to read some of this, and I'm really looking forward to finishing it. But The Way of the Superior Man is an excellent book for any guy looking for some guidance or insight or just knowledge and experience when it comes to dealing with your woman, relationships, work, all of that type of stuff. So, great book. Great book. Moving on, what we got?
So, we said we're going to talk about local businesses and great gift ideas for the holidays. And so I have another one.
Okay.
And this one is Ivy by David. And he is a local jewelry maker. And I worked with him on a photo shoot with Collage Dance Collective.
Shout out to Collage.
The best dance school in
they're doing big
in the world.
Yeah, they're doing good things. I like Collage.
Let me do a side note.
Come on.
So let's talk about Collage. I was having a conversation with my client who lived in DC for a while. We just had a wedding right here. And we were talking about Collage and how amazing they are. And one thing she said was that she's seen, like Dance Theater Harlem and, other, productions with, dance schools and Dance School of Color. And one thing she pointed out was that Collage is still one of the best she's ever seen. And I just want to make it a point to let our listeners know that Collage will be one of the best performances you guys will ever see with the children and the professional dancers. And we're not saying this because our babies are part of Collage. We're saying this because it's true. And you have to just see it to believe it.
Really do.
You know, they do have a performance coming up in February. I think it's the 22nd and 23rd. It's called Rise. I think everyone should see it.
Yeah, it's really good. Take the kids to see it.
Take the kids to see it. Like, it's amazing. I cried all through the one I saw.
Yeah, and just a quick sidebar to that. Good point is, every time I tell you, it's good to see those, little black girls doing some classical dancing, some professional trained dance. It's just good to see all those black girls dancing, and it's some black guys, little boys as well.
Oh yeah, it's other reasons.
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying, a lot of times when you see black kids on TV or anywhere dancing, it's always twerking and hip hopping and doing all type of sexual dancing and crazy dancing, and just
I don't know. Anyway.
But just doing all types of, crazy dancing. But it's so good to see those girls, just moving with grace and elegance, and it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful.
It is just amazing. So yeah, so just check them out. Mm-hmm. Collage Dance Collective, and the tickets are not that expensive. I think like $20 or something like that. But it's an amazing performance, and it's just an amazing school. I'm so glad that our babies are there.
Right. Good environment.
So I'm sorry, we got off. So we were doing back on topic. We were doing a photo shoot with the collage dancers, and they collaborated with this jewelry designer, which is David, and he has a website. It's ivbydavid.com, and you can also find him on Instagram. And his Instagram, I'm gonna pull it up while I got you. And his Instagram is also Ivy by David, and his name is David Corals. And if you guys just scroll through his jewelry, it is beautiful. And
is it like handmade?
Yeah, it's handmade, and he actually has this nice necklace that hopefully I'll get for Christmas. Hint, hint. And it's of Africa, and it's called Home, which is brilliant. I mean, it's just the little things that get me. But it's a African. It's a necklace of Africa, and it's gold, and it's only $30. It's so cute, and it's actually a unisex piece. I think anybody can wear this. A man or men or women can wear this piece, because I think I've seen him wear it. Yeah. Anyway, so of course we always like to support local, especially local artists, and he is an amazing artist. His jewelry is amazing. I saw his stuff at Stock and Bale when we were in there on Main Street, but he's in other locations. But again, he's on Instagram, Ivy by David, and he's also at ivybydavid.com. So it's a great gift idea for a loved one or for yourself. I love gifting myself.
And it's not super expensive. That's cool.
No, it's not. I mean, it ranges. You got some pieces that are pricier, you got some pieces that are, but you can't put a price on it. But check it out. Ivy by David.
Cool. We will check. I guess I will check that out.
Yeah. All right. So we are coming up now on our question.
We got a question. Our question this week, again, send your questions to beautybeatsandbalance@gmail.com.
Y'all been sending them. We appreciate
keep them
it.
coming. Follow us on all social media, Beauty Beats and Balance. Subscribe to the YouTube page.
Yes.
All of that good stuff. All right, so this week's question is from Brandy. What's up, Brandy? Appreciate the question.
Hey, Brandy.
It says, with you guys having 2 kids, 2 daughters, how do you deal with behavioral issues? I guess she's asking, how do we discipline our kids, or how do we deal with issues?
Yeah, because I know nowadays kids can be a little
what?
A little out of hand.
They can get there.
But I think our kids are pretty good kids.
Oh, yeah. Of course, every parent thinks their kids are
they do,
right.
But sometimes God has to give us some confirmation. And, parents, like when we were out of town, we had parents that came up to me and was like, your daughters are so well behaved, and they're so close, and how did you do that? And I'm just like...
Yeah, because even though they are, 5 years apart, they still are,
they're really close.
Joined at the hip. They sleep in the same bed.
Yes.
Even though we put Moni in the other room, decorated it, I repainted the room,
Yes.
Put it all together. Did she ever sleep in that bed?
No.
Never. She went right back into the little bunk bed with Anna.
Tight.
Sleep.
To sleep
Snugged in the bed every night.
And she said, Mama, do you want your room back? Because it was my office at first. Right. And we turned it back into her room. And she said, Mama, I want your office back. I said, she said, I don't sleep in it anyway. So that was nice. But I think personally that we lead by example. One thing we try to do, because I know how I grew up, we try to keep a very mellow vibe with the girls. And then I try to lead by example as far as how I treat people in public and how I act in public. Right. So my daughters just kind of just do what they see. Just like today we were in Home Goods. We did a little shopping. But we were in Home Goods, and, Anna, who's 4, was, very polite with the lady, and the lady was just amazed. She was like, oh my gosh, of course I'll move. I mean, who can turn that request down? And she was like, may I please get by? She's very mannerable, and she's just 4. And Simone is as well. She's very, she has great manners, and I feel like she just sees her parents having good manners, and we're not acting a fool. Because one thing I hate is I see parents, because, I was at Black Friday at Walmart, so you know what I saw. Parents cussing out their kids, and little kids. I hate that, y'all. I hate to see parents, and to me, I don't know why, it's always women cussing out their sons. It's always women cussing out their sons. But anyway, I always see parents cussing their kids out, screaming and hollering. So to me, it's almost like it desensitizes. My mouth, yeah. It does that. And I feel like, so once you are really trying to discipline your child over something, they don't even know how to handle it because you're always screaming at them. So one thing me and Walter do, we don't scream at them a whole lot. So when we do have to raise our voice, they cry.
Yeah, because, of course, in dad, they dad is little girl, so it's always, come here, cutie, bookie, boo-boo, and all of that. Right. But when I have to get, when I have to put my foot down and put the bass all the way in my voice, then they know what time it is, and they know that I mean business. And I think, my pops was the same way, it really, and sometimes it can even just be a look. If I give them a certain look, they know, okay, I mean business, quit playing, sit down, do what I say do. But to the point, a lot of parents, I think, are, just kind of talk to their kids the wrong way and kind of don't set the right example or discipline them the wrong way. And, I'm not opposed to spanking. I try not to,
we just try not to spank them often.
Yeah, but I will, get that. I will get that butt if I need to. I will give them a little spanking if I need to. And a lot of times, the threat of a spanking is enough. Yeah, they'll be sniffing them before it even gets to that. So, just knowing how to discipline them, knowing how to treat them the right way. And again, if you set the right example, then you don't have to do as much discipline. But kids are gonna be kids. They're going to get into stuff. They're going to do, things that you don't want them to do or things that are against what you have taught them to do. But then you have to take the time and teach. I think it's more about, those teachable moments rather than just rah, 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 rah. Let me sit you down and tell you why I said this or why I don't want you to do this or why I want you to look both ways before you cross the street. All those types of things. Let me teach you instead of just getting on you all the time.
And I know sometimes when I was growing up, it was kind of like, do as I say, not as I do. And it's like, nah, you can't live like that. You have to do as I do. It's like, I know I saw that a lot when I was growing up. It's like, you can't do what I do. It's like, but you're my example. So we got a lot of whoopings. We got a lot of whoopings when we were little. But I feel like, again, it was just a sign of how our parents were raised, but I think now we're at a,
it's a different time.
It's a different time, and our kids they have way more stress than we had as children. So I feel like we just have to create that environment at home where they feel loved, they feel safe, they feel nurtured, but at the same time, we have to get into their tail.
Yeah, sometimes,
you know.
Of course.
But just like Michelle said in her book, you know, her mother let them be free thinkers and, you know, be, you know, independent. And so I want that for my girls too. I want them to be independent, free thinkers and, you know, and explore and, you know, and get their lumps and bumps and, you know, figure it out on their own, you know. So,
yeah.
I think so far we're doing a good job.
Yeah, I think we're doing all right. You know, we're not, you know, we're not perfect. Our way is not perfect. Everybody's in this, I think everybody's in this same struggle when it comes to the kids, but, yeah, just try to do what's best for you and yours, but this is what we do for ours.
Yeah.
And it's working.
It's working.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah. So we hope that helps.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well,
we're going to end on that.
We're going to end on that, yeah, and get back to these holiday spirits.
Now, are we going to put the tree today?
No.
Well, tomorrow. Yes. Tomorrow.
We got to look at the calendar. We have to see what's on our calendar.
Figure that out.
And the Christmas tree is not on our calendar.
It's going to be added.
Studio is on the calendar.
It's going to be added into the calendar.
See how that happens?
All right, y'all.
All right. That's it?
Yes.
All right. See
so remember to subscribe, share it, you guys.
Yeah, share. Tell somebody. Don't just watch it yourself. I know you're on trip. Tell somebody.
Share it with somebody. So again, like you said before, you can find us on iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher,
anywhere you get podcasts,
IG, Facebook, and all of it's Beauty Beats and Balance.
Yep, Beauty Beats and Balance everywhere.
All right, so y'all be easy and
enjoy your holiday.
Yep, and peace and love.